Richie Sunak of the United Kingdom doesn't want you in his country. What's up, everybody? I hope you're doing good. It's a beautiful day. Thank you very much for stopping by again. You are very much appreciated. It's always good to have you together, This is family. My name is Zack. If you don't know me, I'm sure if you watch this video till the end, we're going to like each other. No doubt about it. Don't mind the glasses. I'm just trying to look cool. Yeah. So Richie Sunak of the United Kingdom. Well, interesting story, okay? He's come up with a plan to reduce immigration. And one of the plans right now is to basically ask companies in the UK not to hire students that come from other countries. And because he cannot say it that way, what has he done? He has said to companies, that hire graduate from other countries that they're going to have to pay about £30,960, about £30,000 if you want to hire one person that is perhaps Nigerian but is graduated in the United Kingdom. So first, he tried to block the student visa, okay, trying to make it very, very complicated. Because he couldn't do that, it was crazy. The visa continues. People still come in the UK. But unfortunately for them, some of these people do not return in the countries. Some of these Ugandans don't return. Nigerians don't return. Sudanese don't go back. Namibians don't go back after getting their graduation. And after they finish studying, they want some experience. Let's say you train in engineering. You don't want to go back to Namibia without having a level of experience, hands-on experience, right? So you get hired by a company because a lot of companies are actually looking for these students because they are qualified. And when you qualify, it doesn't really matter where you come from. Now, Sunak said if a company hires a person that is a British person, company has to pay nothing. If a company hires a person that is a graduate from a foreign nation, they're going to have to pay £30,960 to the government. Now, is this some sort of xenophobia or not? Well, we may say that Sunak is trying to protect the UK. Now, we have many questions to ask. Richie Sunak is a good-looking man. We like him. He dresses up good. He speaks well and all that stuff. But he doesn't look very much like the owner of the UK. I mean, we know how typical UK people look like. I'm just saying, Richie Sunak also came from somewhere, right? His parents, I believe, are descended from India. They lived a little bit in Africa. Now he's got great opportunities to be in the UK. Now he's became the prime minister. Why can he not allow other people from other places to have opportunities like he had? That's a good question we ask. Now, so first thing was he tried to make it difficult to get visas for students. Didn't work out. Number two, now he's telling the companies if you hire somebody that comes from a different country, comes from India, comes from Congo, comes from Zimbabwe, Namibia, Nigeria, Ghana, who has finished or completed his studies here, if you hire such a person after he completes his studies, you're going to have to pay £30,000. Number three, he tried to scrap the old visa. He tried to crack down on graduate visa that allows overseas students to work in the UK. So apparently once you have a graduate visa, it is legal. It's basically legal for you to get a job in the UK. It's not illegal. You know what I'm saying? It's just a crack on a system that many people are using to stay in the United Kingdom. Why do they want to stay in the United Kingdom? Most of these people, because they come from countries that are not doing so well. And obviously, when you get loans, because many of these people, many of Africans that go to the UK to go study, they acquire loans from uncles, get money from the neighbor. They sell a property to put money together before you get a visa to the UK. Because sometimes some of these visas, you need to show the money up front, unlike Europeans that go to study in the UK. You need to show the amount of money that you have. Let's say the course is about £30,000 or £50,000. For whatever you want to study. You need to show them £50,000 in your bank account. And trust me, not every African has £50,000 lying on a bank account, let alone Europeans. So in order to get that money, many people will get loans and stuff and all that. They have to repay the money. And before they pay that money, they feel they need to not just get experience and also earn some money before going back. But unfortunately, there is something that's very crucial we need to think about. I understand there is a system that allows people to go to the UK and study, and after studying, you can perhaps get a job and get some experience. Now, the problem is the majority of people that come from Africa, that go to the UK for studies, never return. Unlike many other places, when you go to a different country to study, you finish the study program, you go back to your country so you can be beneficial to your country. Now, why don't people go back to them countries? Mainly because they get accustomed to the brand new country. The UK is a beautiful place to be. London is lovely. Number two, better conditions of living. Some of the countries in Africa is really bad. You could be very well qualified, but the way you are treated is just sad. Number three, family members want you to stay there because they feel like you being over there, you're probably going to earn much more money than you would earn back in Africa. Now, whose fault is it? Is it the fault of the UK? No. Now, should the UK live with that difficulty? Because let's face it, the United Kingdom cannot accept everybody. It's a small country. Look at the map. Look at the UK. It's a small country compared to countries in Africa. Everybody cannot just go. At a certain point, it becomes very difficult. Now, is Sunak right for the fight he's fighting? Well, let's remove Sunak because Sunak's grandfathers and stuff come from India. But let's say, are the British right, the conservative right, to say, don't come to our country because there's too many of us here? Yes, they're right. It's their country. They are totally right. Now, does it make logical sense? Yes, it makes logical sense because the country can only accept so much people. And they've been spending about $2 million per day to take $4 million a day to take care of illegal immigrants. What is illegal immigrant? According to the new description, illegal immigrant is also the people. It's not just the people that go without a visa. Illegal immigrant is also the people that go with a visa, then overstay after the visa. Now, the subject we're developing right now is that of students that can study and after studying are actually allowed to get a job because companies want them to work. Now, should we blame Rishi Sunak? I don't know, fellas. I think we need to start loving Africa and our places. We need to begin loving our continents, our countries. And I understand things are not necessarily good because most African countries are run by mental terrorists, people that are taken over the government. They think it's private property. They think it's their piece of fish. But how do we change that? People should be strong enough to speak out. And people should not be cowards. When some speak out, you need to stand behind him. You can only be as strong as how many people you are. I mean, look at the fight off between hyenas and lions. Have you seen? The lion is very strong. The lion can very well easily kill an hyena. But when 12 hyenas come together against a lion, you can't do anything against 12 hyenas. But that's the thing I feel like Africans don't know how to do. Most Africans, at least. We don't know how to come together for our right. Why? Because amongst us, we have a lot of cowards. And these cowards usually are very much related to people in power. When your uncle is the prime minister, do you think you're going to fight for the right of the people? Your uncle is prime minister while there are no decent hospital for people, no decent roads for people, no decent schools for the random person. Do you think the person whose uncle is the prime minister will stand in the street and fight against the government for the right of the people? No, he wouldn't. One, because he's a coward. Only a coward will support his uncle because the uncle is making money through making other people suffer. That's a coward because I think a strong man would say, uncle, I think you've done enough. This is enough now. You need to stop. Let me know how you feel about this. It's always a great pleasure. Should Africans go to the UK and study and complain saying, well, Sunak says enterprises must pay $30,000 or £30,000 for hiring me? Is this unfair on Africans? Or should Africans start thinking, you know what, maybe I need to go back to Africa and maybe we need to come together and actually change things. Maybe we need to stop thinking, this is a member of my family, let me protect him as a thief in the government. Maybe we need to come together and actually change things appropriately. Let me know how you feel about this. It's always a great pleasure. Your comment is very necessary, fellas. YouTube has told us many of you guys, unfortunately, do watch, but you're not subscribed. If you're not subscribed, I suggest you do subscribe now. And also drop a comment that will allow us to read you and learn from you. Just remember, man, this is not about me. It's not my show. It's not about me talking about things. It's about all of us learning together. I learn a lot from you. Some of you learn from me, and we pass the message. God bless.